everybody, today we are going to be making a Barbie couch. This is the best couch you could possibly find anywhere and you will love to make it. So we are going to need hot glue gun, our little lids, we're going to need fabric and foam. Foam is just this like stiff foam that you get in packaging. So those are the four things we're going to need. So to begin, we are going to need our fabric. And our fabric is this cotton kind of fabric. I'm talking really double Dutch now, so we're gonna need scissors as well. So let's begin. We're gonna take our biggest piece of foams. So this is 1 inch by 9 inches, and these are just some 1 inch by 1.5 inch pieces. That you can have just like a long piece, but I'm choosing these scraps. And then we're going to be using these 3 to 4 inches by 9 inches, and we're going to need these foam pieces which I told you about, and we're going to need about four of those. The thin piece, this is a thick piece, 1 inch by 9 inches. We're going to need out one of those, and we're going to also need these thin pieces. We're going to need two. So let's begin. We're going to take our thin pieces for starters. We're going to take our fabric and spread it out. And yeah, guys, I would love it if you subscribed. It would help me so much. So far, I have 2 subscribers, and I'm really grateful to those two for subscribing to my channel. So if you want to help me, or if you want a shout out, subscribe and like, and I will think of you in my next video for a shout out. So we're gonna cut around our foam a rectangle piece of fabric that we can put around our fabric, our piece of foam, but it does not have too much excess because we don't need that excess. So we're gonna just cut out a piece of fabric, and then I'll wrap it up, and then I'll tell you what the next step is. I like to do these parts of the video where I don't talk, so you can really focus and see what I'm doing. Or flip your fabric right side down on the table and put your foam on top. You're gonna hot glue gun your fabric to your foam around the edges. I left a bit too much excess, but I don't really care, it doesn't matter. It's all gonna be invisible in the final product anyway. And if you want to see how my channel grows, just subscribe so you can see my viewing and subscribing and all that good stuff. And if you want, okay, so now we're going to be folding over the fabric on the sides. Remember, hot glue is hot. You have been warned. You're going to fold over those edges, just folding up all those bits and corners and flapping here and there all over your project. One more side. Okay, our last side is complete. Now we are going to repeat this exact same process on our other thin piece of foam. Repeat it exactly the same. So here we have our 2 pieces of covered foam. We are going to put this aside and take those tiny scraps of foam that we have, which is going to be, this is the armrests of the couch. So we're going to flip these right sides down, and we're going to take our foam and put them slap in the middle of our foam of our thing. So when we fold it, it'll be sandwiched in between. We're also going to cover our pieces of foam. I'm covering one side of the foam and the other side I'm not, because it's going to be the back, so I don't really care as much about it. But you can cover it if you want to. And so we are going to cut out our piece of fabric and glue it all the way around our little foam pieces. I'll meet you back when we're done. So here is our piece. We are going to glue it into our foam now, like so. We're gonna glue it in. So what I like to do, I like to hold it like this, and then open the top and put the glue on, and then I like to close the top. It makes it less for less. Okay, we're just going to fold it over now to finish off this side, and then we are also going to put the foam on the other side of our piece. And then we are going to be done. So this is the front done. We're going to attach now the piece of foam in the other side of our armrest. Okay, here we have our piece of foam. I'm just hot gluing it to the back. You will notice that I'm not covering this piece with fabric. So you can if you want to, but I have decided I do not want to. Like so. Now we are going to repeat the exact same on the other side with our two pieces of foam and our big piece. Here we are finishing it off. Gluing the last side. Here we have both pieces done. We are going to now attach it to the base. Now the base, we're going to first cover it with fabric, and then we are going to attach it to the armrests. We're just going to glue it. I'm going to glue my piece of foam, and I will meet you back when we're done. Here we have it finished and folded over all the fabric. Now we are going to glue on the armrests. Gluing on the armrests, we're going to push them all to the front of the foam base. We'll glue them next to the edge. They'll be about an inch of space in the back that is meant to be there because that's where the backrest is going to be. And oh yeah, sorry, but I changed up the legs. I like the black ones better than the white ones. So yeah, bit of a swap up, sorry guys, but that's the ones we're going to be needing today. So we're gonna glue a good amount of glue onto the armrest part, and then we're going to glue it, attach. You're going to attach it to the base of your couch. I'm just adding a bit more glue onto the underneath because I think it needs a bit more secure there. And now we are going to attach the other arm rest. This time I'm going to be adding a lot more glue. That should be plenty. Okay, our base is mostly done. Now we are going to. This is an awkward position. I did not think about my camera when I was doing this. It was hard pressing the two pieces together, so I beg your pardon. So now we're going to be making the back rest. And the back rest is we're just going to be taking our 1 inch by 9 inches piece and we're going to be covering it with fabric. And it's going to go onto the back of our couch in that 1 inch space we left. So I'm going to cover it with fabric and I'll be right back. So I'm just going to be covering it with fabric. Okay, we're going to press it down onto the. Okay, so now that we are going to glue in um our backrest, so we're gonna add some glue along the back of the chair and add our backrest to the on top of the hot glue. So we just glued in our backrest. I'm gonna push down hard so we get that all that glue seeped in and glued securely. I'm just gonna add a bit more glue next to the armrests and the backrest because I think it should be a bit more closed there, secure. So I'm just gonna add a bit of glue on both sides and then we should be good to go. So now the next step will be adding the legs, which is actually I think our final step for making this couch the perfect couch you could ever make. So let's add our four legs. For adding the legs, I'm just going to add I'm going to add a round circle of glue And then we're going to place the caps, bottle caps, onto the glue with the pointy end facing up because that's the what we're going to use for the leg part. So gluing them in, just a round circle of glue, put them on top, and that's how to make it. Another easy way would be to put glue first onto the cap and then onto the couch, but I chose to do this way because I thought it was easier for me to do personally than the other way. So I'm going to repeat that for all four legs. So we have finished our couch, and this is by far the best couch you could possibly find on the internet. So if you like this, please like and subscribe for more videos like this. And if you want to have a shout out in one of my next videos, just subscribe, like, and you will get a chance for a shout out in my next video. Bye!